On the edge of the North York moors lies the picturesque town of Kirby Moorside, home to auctioneer Angus Ashworth.
150 it is, good quality stuff, Yorkshire stuff, that's what we like.
With the help of his team and his family,
Goodness, can't even lift it.
Angus has been running his auction house for more than a decade. When he's not on his rostrum, he's clearing cluttered homes.
Goodness, has all this come out of that cupboard?
Finding unwanted items to go under his gavel.
Love this. It's funky, isn't it?
It is absolutely ghastly.
It's little things like that that just make my job enjoyable.
Using his expert knowledge, he uncovers hidden gems.
This is really nice.
There's a bit of Yorkshire wherever you go in the world. Yorkshire!
And discovers valuable heirlooms.
Bit dusty, not the best day to wear a white shirt maybe.
Back at the sale room, he turns these forgotten treasures
£2,200.
into incredible windfalls of cash. It's an early start in Kirby Moorside, but a quick commute for Angus, who lives next door.
What's that on there? Oh, it's
Seagull.
It's a seagull?
Seagull.
Well, it's an eagle, not a seagull. Look.
To help with the day-to-day running of the auction house, Angus employs 19 full and part-time staff.
Out the cabinets. Let's go. No, you're not having those toy cars.
But today, he has 2 new helpers.
Upstairs? You don't need to go upstairs.
His youngest children, twins Arthur and Arwin.
Well, we've got to get some work done, guys.
When he's not on childcare, Angus is usually out at house clearances, finding antiques, collectibles and furniture for the next auction.
House clearance is a really big part of what we do here. And it's not just about the clearance. You've got to be sensitive to the client, because quite often it's a bereavement, a lost loved one, or it could be an elderly relative going into care. So you've got to be mindful of that and sensitive to them.
Always primed are Angus's clearance team, Andy and Pete, plus their trusty sidekick.
Barney. Hello. Hiya, lad. Do you want to go to Coventry? We'll go for it right out, eh?
You all set, lads?
Yep. Coventry.
Barney come in with us.
Yeah, why not, huh?
Big spot to clear, so we're in for a long old day, lads.
Okay.
All right.
Yep. Go on then, shift up.
On the road, Angus uses the time to brief the lads.
We're meeting Jane, Colin and their daughter Grace.
Right.
They really need our help to just clear out the house and get it ready for sale. I mean, it's been in the family a very long time.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a look round.
Today, they're headed 3 hours south to Coventry.
Have you been to Coventry before?
I've been sent there a few times.
What do you mean you've been sent there?
Coventry. Sent to Coventry, naughty corners, things like that.
Try not to get lost in the city.
Yeah, try not to.
All right.
Ta-ra.
First there, Angus meets today's clients, Jane, Colin and daughter Grace.
Hi.
Hi, you're
Come on
right.
in.
Thank you very much.
Right, did you find us okay?
I did. Very interesting looking property from the outside.
It is. It is. Hopefully it's interesting inside.
It's a big job. A full house clearance of a substantial historic property packed with family heirlooms.
Wow, this is my kind of bedroom. I mean, look at those beams.
Yeah, these are the original beams as well, from when the house was built in the 1600s. There's 4 cottages knocked into 2, and they've been in the family for over 100 years.
Jane's great-grandparents first purchased this house in the late 1800s, and the neighbouring ones soon after.
So pretty much everything in here to go.
Everything... Oh, that chair.
Okay, yeah.
And there's a load of photos under the bed.
Oh, okay.
In suitcases.
Okay. No problem. We'll leave all the personal
But we'll
effects.
pull those out.
Jane's parents, Joyce and Ronald, first met locally at a square dance, were married within 3 years and remained together for over 60 years.
Well, Mum got more and more disabled as she got older, and she was in constant pain. The pain never, ever went away. Dad always cared for Mum and he did the bulk of the work, but then Dad got dementia. It got to the point where Dad couldn't really care for Mum.
Jane's mum was then diagnosed with cancer and she passed away just 6 weeks later.
It became very apparent, sorry, Dad couldn't be left on his own at all. Just before Christmas, Dad went into care, which means that even if we wanted to keep this house, we couldn't afford to because we've got to sell it to pay for the care home fees. This house, Mum and Dad put their whole lives into. We've got no choice but to sell it.
You know, she's been through a terrible year, actually, losing her mum and then her dad with dementia and care home and trying to sort all this out. So I think it's been quite tough for her, but, you know, she's been very strong and, you know, hopefully we can move that process on and take a bit of pressure off her.
With the care home fees for her father running into thousands, it's time for Angus to see what's up for auction and of value.
This is the living room.
Some nice pieces, actually, that are quite in keeping with the age of the house, aren't
Yeah.
they? Straight away, I'm drawn to the coffer, or kist, depending where you are in the country. It's good small size and not quite as early as the house. You know, still a nice saleable thing. This gorgeous little oak coffer is lovely, solid English oak. It's got loads of character. You know, it's going to do £50 to £100.
Angus is off to a great start, and there's no shortage of period pieces the family have collected over the years. But the lads have finally arrived. It's time to let Barney stretch his legs, and for Andy and Pete to make a start.
Want that to the banister.
This one's tighter though, isn't it?
Yeah, so this to the banister just in case. And it looks like, I mean, you know. You're rolling your eyes at me again, Andy.
And who are you talking to?
With the lads busy, Angus is free to continue hunting for prize pieces, even where you'd least expect them.
Wow, OK.
Welcome to the jump room.
That's OK, it's an auctioneer's delight. We like rooms like this. The first thing that jumps out to me is a lot of Urquhart furniture. Urquhart's become very, very fashionable again.
British brand Urquhart boomed in the 1960s, and the timeless designs continue to appeal.
There's a slight problem.
It's dark.
Yes, you've hit the nail on the head. So there was 3 types of Urquhart. There was a dark colour, which is what this is. There's a medium colour, and there's the light elm. Now, the light elm is on fire. They love it. It sells very, very well. The day bed, if that was in light elm, that would be 600 to 800, 700 to 900. We might get 70 to 100 for it, and it'll be a bit of a struggle. It's often assumed that auction houses and people like us are just dealing antiques, but it's far from the case. We have to know about modern and contemporary items as well as antiques. Spotted something I absolutely love, and that's this. This is gorgeous. Lovely copper cream churn. So from Taunton in Devon, and Hind would have been the creamery. It's got all the details on it. That is beautiful. Great bit of kitchenalia, become really collectible. Decorative pieces, you can imagine that in a shop.
And that would have been bottom of my list.
Not hugely valuable, 60 to 80, 70 to 100, but very, very saleable.
And Angus isn't finished rummaging yet.
And then you've got something like this, which is just a carved oak panel, very early. Do you know what these holes are in it?
I think they're from like bugs or like worms.
You're on the right track. Little worms that like eating wood. They'll be dead now, it's fine. So it's certainly 250, 300 years old, and it would have been part of a piece of furniture, so that could have come out of the door. They've saved it, and when a piece of furniture maybe has been destroyed or whatever, they've thought, well, I'll keep that panel, it'll look nice on the wall. and this would have all been hand done. So you'd use a special tool that sort of scallops it out like a bit like an axe, but it's the other way round to an axe blade, and yeah, adds it out. Not hugely valuable, but just a nice early decorative oak panel, very in keeping with the house really. So some interesting bits in here.
All right.
Yep.
Wait a second.
Okay. Lift her up then. If we level her out sideways, lift her up and then...
Van work in this job and in auction houses is incredibly difficult. You know, physically, you're up and down staircases, carrying heavy bits of furniture, and when it's hot and humid like it is today, it is hard work.
Put it back in.
It's not a 3-door one.
Back in.
That's going to have to get taken to bits.
No, it's not.
As Pete and Andy problem solve their way to the van, Jane is coming to terms with the end of another chapter.
It's really sad seeing everything be loaded onto the van. It's our life and it's my parents' life, and it's really sad to actually see it being loaded up to be driven off.
Indoors, Angus packs the last of the smaller pieces, and the lads round off by loading some items from the garden.
Often when I go into houses, people don't take into account the outside, the gardens and the garages, and quite often that's where we find a lot of value. It could be garden items, terracotta pots, even the plants in them can sell well. So there really is some value in the outside.
Go on then. Come on. Oh, God. Yeah, not do. Sorted.
All right.
Yeah.
Refreshed, the lads start the long journey home to Kirby Moorside.
Come on, Barney, let's go home.
And Jane watches on as the last of her parents' much-loved possessions leave.
Yeah, it's hard, but it's got to be done. We have to get on with it.
The van on its way, Angus is ready to show Jane her parents' home, emptied for the first time in generations.
Come into the living room and dining room.
Gosh, it's strange, isn't it? Seeing nothing.
It must make it kind of feel real now that it's empty.
It's always been so full and so full of life. So to see it like this is actually really sad.
But ultimately, hopefully, this helps, and it's the first step in obviously releasing the property that can help fund your father's care.
Yeah, absolutely. We needed to clear it and we need to sell it, so thank you.
Well, I'll see you on auction day. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Thank
Bye.
you. Thank you. Go on.
This job fundamentally is about relationships and people.
You all right? Good.
You do get that satisfaction that, you know, when you've done a good job for somebody, that they're pleased, and you can see that pressure taken off somebody's shoulders sometimes, and you just see that lift. That it can be emotional, but it can be very rewarding.
On the edge of the scenic North York moors, the auction house staff are busy preparing for the next sale.
Now what have you found?
I really like this.
That is nice, that's lovely.
I don't know if
Auction clerk and self-confessed shopaholic Emma is surveying the lots with outdoor sales manager Mark.
But that's
If I
nice.
another chair, he will absolutely kill me. But I do like it.
Angus and the lads are finally back from Coventry after clearing Jane's parents' home.
There you go.
Time to offload and begin sorting the items into lots.
Those what?
Don't rub it.
What will you pop out of it?
With a substantial house clearance to get ready for sale, Angus has his hands full cataloguing.
We found that stoneware flagon, lovely piece with the royal cipher on it. And Westerwold was a German pottery. It's been going for hundreds of years from the region. It relates to a type of pottery, and very distinctive for that type of glaze and that cobalt blue colouring. A great little thing that could be £100 to £200, and like the milk churn, just tucked away.
There are also several lots of 19th century wooden furniture collected over generations.
There's some big pieces, the monk's bench and the dresser that they inherited. And traditional furniture can be hard work, but it's good quality, so I'm sure we'll find a home for it.
It's auction day. Angus is expecting a good turnout for Jane's varied collection, both in the sale room and online.
There was a lot of dark wood furniture, which was ideal for that house, but it's not necessarily what the market's looking for. But with online interest, you know, you're selling to a world market, and sometimes bits that aren't popular here in the UK market can be very popular overseas, in America and Australia, and all around the world.
Jane, Colin and Grace have arrived from Coventry. They're greeted by a familiar display of garden items.
This is the Acer. Glad to see they've watered it. The terracotta pot there, that big one, that's been valued at more than the 18th century oak chest.
You can't believe it, can you,
No.
sometimes?
No.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Come on then, let's go in.
OK.
Before it all goes under the hammer, there's one last chance to see the family valuables.
Uncle Alex's relatives. The cream churn.
Cream churn.
Angus said was really interesting. That was good. But I know that the Westerwold jug up there, that should be worth something.
As they try to take it all in, seeing a lifetime of treasured items on display is not easy.
All you can hope is that things will go to good homes and that we'll get reasonable prices for things. But it's strange seeing everything out of the house and basically in a giant warehouse.
With Angus underway, selling other pieces, auction room clerks Emma and Heather keep him supplied with online bids, while Pete is on porter duty.
Gonna sell at £40.
The Garner family items are up now.
Ooh, here we go then.
First are the many outdoor garden items.
Terracotta basket weave one there, and you get some lovely flowers in it. That's £60. Salt glazed shallow planter in the form of a flower head, £100. Taser there in the glazed pot, that's £75.
I'm happy with that one.
And see, that's booked you up, you see. Yeah.
A junk room find now, the 200-year-old oak panel.
Interesting little piece there. There we go. The carved panel came out of a very nice house. £30 start me for the panel. At £30, at 30, at 30. Any advance? At £30 it is, then at 30. All done.
Age doesn't seem to come into it.
Now, the early 20th century stoneware flagon, which has had a lot of online interest.
At £200, at £200 and bid at 200 it is. 210, 220, 230, 240, 260.
Get up, I want you over
280.
300.
At 280, 300. At £300, commissions are out. I'm going to sell then at £300.
Happy about that one.
The darkwood furniture next, which has already attracted pre-sale interest from online bidders in the US.
The oak monk's bench there at 55, commissions out. 60, 60 it is. £80 it is. At £80, at 80, at 80. At £90, at 90. 5.
Oh, that's better.
Rounded up, 100, thank you. £100 at 100 it is. At 100, last call. I'm going to sell the monk's bench at £100.
That was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah, that one went.
Yeah, very well.
£30.
Sold to an American bidder. Will the next piece of traditional furniture go to the US as well?
The dresser, there we go, good dresser, nice little size, ideal for a cottage. At £30 at 30, £35, 38, £40 at £40 at 40. We're all done. At £40 at 40, I'm selling at £40.
That one, I'm happy with that.
Good.
It's the Urkel daybed and chairs now. Iconic mid-century furniture from a brand that's all the rage. But will the darkwood finish put the buyers off?
I can open at 80, 80, 5, 120, 160, 160, 180, 200, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, 260. 260 it is, then at 260, 270 back in. Go on. 280 it is, then at 280, 300. At £300 it is. At 300.
Yes.
At £200 over estimate, it's a great result.
You didn't think you were going to get that much for that, did you?
No. Wood panel there we go.
I would have hoped.
Yeah.
There we go, Carl.
Their last lot is Angus's all-out favourite.
copper cream churn there. There we go, railway interest as well. And I've got several bids at £70, £5, 80 it is on the sale room. At £100 bid at 100, 110 in the room, 110 room bids coming to play now. We've got all of you after it. 120, 120 on the sale room, 130, 130 it is, 130, 140, 150, 150 it is, 160, 160 it is.
I mean, I would not have given that the time of day.
190 is it now? 190 at 190, 200, rounded up internet bidder surely. 200 bid. Yes, sir. At 210 it is, last chance, gavel is up. I'm going to sell then at £210.
You're allowed to give Angus a round of applause for that one.
Well spotted Angus, I think. OK, come on.
It's time for Angus to reveal just how much they've made after the sale room commission and fees.
Hello.
Hello.
How was your auction?
Brilliant. Yeah, the Urquhart did better than we thought.
Did, yeah. And a few things, you know, you've had 2 items that have gone to America.
Yeah, there was the dresser.
Dresser and the monk's bench are going to...
Oh, the monk's bench as well.
Yep.
Wow.
So there you go, that's the power of the internet. All things considered, I think we did all right. We had a few good results.
Yeah.
You'll be taking home today £2,103 and 15 pence. Brilliant.
Fantastic, thank you.
Well, thank you very much and enjoy your auction.
OK, thank you.
Clearing the house means Jane is one step closer to selling her parents' home and more able to fund her father's future care.
Obviously, we needed to clear the house out, so it's made huge inroads with that. I'm chuffed that the 2 items are going to America. I think that's really nice. I think that's pretty cool.
Cool, isn't it? That is, yeah. Surprise, wasn't it?
Yeah. So some of the things were a real surprise.
In Kirby Moorside, auctioneer Angus has Pete and Andy at the ready for the next clearance.
You all right, lads?
Yep. Right, boss.
Yeah, you got your overnight bags?
Yep.
There's your address there for Pete, Andy.
You all right, mate? Cheers.
And I've done your pack-up as well, because it's such a long way.
Wow.
Yeah. Best hit the road.
All right.
All right, see you there.
See you later.
It's a 6-hour drive to Aberdeenshire in the northeast of Scotland. But Angus already knows there's some fantastic furniture and valuables to make this journey well worth it.
So, Angus, what sort of job are we looking forward to here?
Well, it's a couple. They're having a bit of a thin out, a downsize. They're very well travelled. They've got a lot of Oriental furniture, which sounds a bit different. You never know, there might be a Chinese puzzle or two for you to work out. There is a bed, quite a big bed, that's going to need dismantling. And it all goes together in a set way. There is instructions, apparently.
Is there? Right.
Yeah, what's your Mandarin like?
Peter and Janice have recently retired after a lifetime of working abroad, but they're not ready to rest on their laurels yet. The couple are considering another move, possibly overseas again, and this time they want to travel light. Arriving first, Angus has a chance to find out just what's in store.
Hi, hello there, Angus.
Hi.
Hello, Angus. Nice to meet you.
And you.
Sorry about the weather, but it is Aberdeenshire.
I brought it up with me.
Come on in.
Thank you. So, how can I help?
Well, essentially, we've been travelling for years and we've got lots of stuff that we've collected along the way, but we've come to a point in our life that we need to start paring down. Mm-hmm. The next move that we make, we don't necessarily want a 40-foot container with 280 boxes and crates. We have no ambitions at the moment to move instantly, but we think this is an opportunity to get smaller.
Bit of a thinning out, so being practical for down the road.
Exactly. Well, the old man's not getting any younger.
The couple met over 20 years ago while they were working in Dubai. Peter in the oil and gas industry and Janice in HR.
A certain gentleman here kept pestering me to go out for dinner. He asked me 5 times and he wore me down. The 5th time I thought, oh God, just to shut him up, yeah.
Whimpering helps. Whimpering over the phone, I found helped.
Marrying in 2000, the couple lived all over the world, from Dubai to Malaysia, but have called this rural part of Aberdeenshire home for the last 3 years.
Came back primarily with the recognition that Janice's parents were getting older and may need some help and assistance. Yeah. And I said, well, we did it for my mum, we do it for your parents.
It's made us think a lot more.
Yeah.
And to realise that, obviously, as we get older, that we're going to have to downsize as much as we love the items that we have, and we'd much rather they went to someone who appreciated them.
The fact that you've travelled so much and you've got all these pieces that are, you know, really the tale of your life, I think it's something different to the marketplace than what we normally see. Well, shall we have a look round and see what we can do? Yeah. Brilliant.
Why not?
Thank you.
To avoid shipping another 40-foot container, it's time to reduce their well-loved collection of furniture and precious items.
This is one of the larger pieces.
Wow. I mean, that's what I absolutely love about your house, is just this mix of culture from all your travels.
It's the fact that the amount of workmanship that's in it, all the carving, is just beautiful. But
we've had our time with it.
Yeah.
And we've got lots of other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not as if it's the one and only piece.
No.
It's time to go. Bye-bye. I don't have to put it together again, ever. I don't mind showing them how to take it apart.
That's absolutely fine.
We've got a Mickey Mouse drawing, the one that was given originally.
Brilliant. Pete will love that. We'll give him some instructions. Right, well, I'll go get the lads in.
Okay.
I'll let you relax and we'll get cracking.
Yep.
Okay.
Brilliant.
No
Thank
problem.
you.
All right, lads.
Yeah.
Good. How do you like puzzles?
Don't mind them.
Good, because we've got a Chinese puzzle bed to get out.
Okay.
All right, come on.
Go on then. There's pictures at the back of it, remember.
This Oriental furniture has been in and out of fashion for hundreds of years. We saw a lot of chinoiserie detail in the Georgian period that was revived in the 1920s. The shame about this is most of it is fairly modern. If it was 1920s, we could triple the value. If it was Georgian, it'd be even more. But I mean, just look at this bed. I mean, what an impressive bed. And these cabinets here, which they sort of lack a detail, which is very typical sort of Chinese. And it's becoming very fashionable again. So there's some great things in here.
First things first, Pete and Andy have to take apart the Chinese bed.
Oh wow, look at that. Never quite seen a bed like that, eh?
I've got some instructions for you.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the original instructions.
The instructions leave a lot to be desired.
There you go.
That's great. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, thank you. Is that for this page? Presumably.
As the lads solve the conundrum,
There we go. Wow.
Angus hunts for other hidden treasures to take to auction.
How sweet is that? A little bird cage. Chinese. It's relatively modern. If it was an antique one, this would be very, very sought after. But even so, let's just look at the craftsmanship that's gone into it. All this is made out of wood. All this carved detail here. It's a little bit different. You don't see them every day. It's sort of £70 to £100. I think that's a great little thing.
We're watching the guys dismantling the bed, and yeah, to a certain extent it is heartbreaking. In fact, I might just say, can you get it back?
Well, I guess to a certain degree we're seeing part of our life disappear, but ultimately it's something that we had to do.
As it all sinks in, indoors, Angus is leaving no stone unturned.
I mean, this house is so neat and tidy. You've really got to open all the cupboards to find the little treasures hidden away. And here is the treasure. Tag Heuer, very well-known brand of watches. Very expensive brand of watches. And I'm guessing we're going to have a his and hers, probably picked up duty-free somewhere.
Janice and Peter's Tag Heuer purchases were £900 for the ladies and £1,100 for the gents.
Got some paperwork as well. Now, paperwork's very important with watches like this because there's a lot of fakes and counterfeits out there. I don't have any problem in thinking that these are genuine. These Tag Heuer watches. The gents stainless steel watch, slightly better model. I'd expect about 400 to 600 for that. And the ladies, a little bit less, 200 to 400.
Downstairs, with one eye on the clock, the boys finish packing.
Come on. Do you mean come on? It's a skill. You try it one day.
As Pete ensures the van is packed to perfection, Angus makes one last discovery.
Among all these bits, pictures, we've got these Persian items, the Indo-Persian prints there, and then we've got this, a tube. What could it be? Treasure map, maybe? This looks like silk. If we roll this out, we've got what looks to be a Japanese silk work. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? It's probably 20th century, but actually you get these, they call them scrolls, but you know, silkwork pictures, ancestral scrolls, almost like family portraits really that tell a story. And this is all painted onto very fine silk. I mean, that's incredibly thin and delicate, hence why it's all wrapped up and preserved. And you know, somebody would buy that, it's very decorative. You frame that up, it's a great striking piece. Janice's silkwork scroll, a lovely thing. Not ancient, but very well preserved. And I would have thought 100 to 200.
With the last of the boxes loaded, the lads start the long journey south. And Angus gets ready to show Peter and Janice their slimmed down home.
Come on into your bedroom.
Oh my God.
Oh, goodness me.
Can I have my bed back, please?
You have your bed back. The van has gone. Okay.
Yeah. I'll be fine.
I think you've been very sensible, you know, planning ahead and doing that, because there comes a point where actually it becomes a major burden.
Yeah. It's a sensible thing to do at this time.
It's a sensible thing to do.
But yes, it is.
It's an emotional wrench, but it's not a life. But it was a big part of ours.
Well, let me show you the rest of the house.
Oh, you must. Oh.
After you.
Thank you.
Your living room. We've thinned it out a little bit. We've left you a few bits.
Just a bit. I think that another good thing about doing it this way is it's in one hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
Rather than having to do it gradually and going through all the emotions every single time, thinking about the different pieces and the memories that the particular pieces brought. So yeah, we've done the right thing, but big difference. Right, come on, boys, let's go.
Come on.
Come, Maxie Max. Good boy.
This well-travelled couple's plans to move one day, even overseas, is now much more of a reality.
Well, that's us all done. The lads are on their way back to Yorkshire, and it's been lovely meeting Peter and Janice.
Good boy. Come on, this way.
They've got so many items in their house that just tell the story of their lives. But I think we'll do all right on auction day.
In Kirby Moorside, North Yorkshire,
All right, Mark.
Now then, how was Scotland?
It was all right, yeah.
Was it?
greeted by outdoor sales manager Mark, the lads are back from Aberdeenshire and ready to unload Peter and Janice's Asian furniture.
Anything interesting?
Chinese bed at the back. So the whole thing held together with 4 pins.
Just 4 pins.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like a puzzle.
Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that then.
Box out.
Indoors, Angus's mum, Caroline, is keen to get cataloguing the smaller items.
You all right?
Oh, I'm just
What are you
having
doing?
I'm just nosing, as usual. These watches, you've got a good assortment.
But yeah, no,
Nice.
some very interesting things they've got. We've got the watches, we've got jewellery. We've got quite an Oriental theme, a lot of Oriental furniture.
I think the Oriental furniture, even in contemporary settings now, looks great.
Well,
Nice, different.
There's a specky bit though.
What?
Just wait.
Oh. I'm to get excited, am I?
Look at this beast!
Whoa!
Where's the top? Look at that! Different, isn't it? Blanc de Chine,
Yes.
I mean, it's heavily restored and damaged, but... And look at the little cheeky face here, look at that, oh.
I like that. It could have a much more professional restoration work. No, I think it's an interesting piece, and watch this space, as they say.
It's auction day. The team make the final preparations.
It's got these geometric stylised animals and flowers and in the stripes.
Even though social distancing measures mean the sale room is closed to the public today, they've had huge interest in bidding remotely, online and by phone.
OK, yeah, I'll sort out a bid on that for you. Yep, OK. All right, thanks for calling. Thank you, bye, bye.
Peter, Janice and Dogs have travelled down from Aberdeenshire for the sale.
To an auction, eh? We're going to an auction. There's a good boy.
Peter and Janice have such a wide variety of items, whether it's designer watches, Japanese scrolls, even a Chinese bed. But there's one lot of furniture in particular that I think is going to do very well. It's that pair of red lacquer bedside cabinets. We've got a phone line booked on them. We've had a lot of pre-sale interest. I wouldn't be surprised if they exceed estimate.
While other lots go up for sale, Mark, Jeremy and Caroline handle phone bids. The auction clerks keep Angus supplied with online bids. And Andy is today's porter.
Oh, nervous.
Ready?
First of the couple's lots to go under the gavel is Peter's watch.
There we go, on to lot 51, the gents tag here. Watch there we go, coming from a very nice house indeed. There we go, where should be the open. I've got 2 bids on this, 250 straight in, 270, we're off now, 280, 300 on commission, 320, 340, 400.
Keep going,
420, I'm trying at 420, 440, 500, still on commission, 540, 560, fresh bid, 580, commission at 580. The gavel is up, all done at 580.
That'll do, that's not bad.
Now it's time for the Asian items.
Lot number 79 then.
Oh, the birdcage.
£60 and bid at 60 it is. And at 70, £70 at 70 at £70 at 70. Gavel is up at 75. The gavel is still up at £75. £90 it is now at £90. I'm getting excited now. Let's go 95, thank you.
95, you're doing well.
£100 bid, thank you. We're all done for the birdcage at £100.
Nice to see that someone is also
Yeah, that did okay.
appreciates it, yeah.
Next, the statue that's in need of a little restoration.
Lot number 81A is the extremely large Blanc de Chine figure. £300 for this one. 320 bid, fresh bid of 320. At 320, at 320, at 320, at 360 I've got 400. At £400 it is. At £400. The gavel is up at £400.
It weighs a ton.
It is very heavy.
How popular will the well-preserved Japanese scroll be?
This is the one that's going to be hard to say bye to, because she's beautiful.
£80 straight in at £80 at £80 at 80. At £80.
A maiden bid wins the silk picture.
Yeah.
Don't get too upset about it.
Next, Peter and Janice's much-loved bed, all the way from Shanghai.
This superb Oriental furniture there. It's £400 start me. £400 for the bed. 400, 420, 440, 460, 480. What a fantastic thing. Selling then at 480.
Last up, the bedside cabinets that once cost the couple £250.
We've had a lot of interest in these. I have to start at 460 on commission, 460 and bid at 460 the pair. At 460 it is, 460, 480, 500, 520, 540, 560, 580, 600, 620, 640, 660, 660, 680 on the phone, 680, 700, 720, 720, 740, 760, 760, 780, 800, 800, 820, 900, 920, 940, 960, 1,000. 1,000 bid, 1,050, 1,100. Nope, at 1,050, last chance on the phone. They're nice. No, I thought you put your hand up. And I'm selling then at 1,050.
Wow, that was a good one. Why did you buy 6 of them?
The distinctive cabinets have sold to a one-off private bidder from Wiltshire.
All over. Come on.
The last of the lots are sold. Time for Angus to reveal just how much, after fees and commission, the couple has made towards the next stage in their lives.
That was off you.
You couldn't hit the smile off of my face. Not with a wet fish. No way. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, the bedside cabinets, I mean, they just took off, and I thought, when are they going to stop? I was just amazed.
Yeah.
So you'll be going away with £4,691.
Whoa!
Oh, more spending money.
No more handbags. That's it. That's
wonderful.
Excellent.
Yeah. It's better than what we expected.
You earned your keep. Well done.
Thanks. Well, it was fantastic coming up to Aberdeenshire, and thank you very much, and have a fantastic journey back.
Thank
Will
you.
do. Thank you very much. Yeah.
Hopefully Peter and Janice's Downsizing has helped them with their long-term choices of what they're going to do, but also hopefully the money that we've raised will help them on that next adventure, whatever that might be.
In Coventry, Jane and family have put the former family home on the market, and funds from the auction have proved helpful.
It's been a couple of months now since Angus was here. It feels really weird when we come in now, doesn't it? Going up to Yorkshire was really interesting for the actual auction. And we still managed to make enough money to pay for care for Dad. And thank you, Angus.
In Scotland, Peter and Janice are still adapting to their new streamlined home and have no plans to move just yet.
We're pretty pleased that we have downsized at this time.
Yeah.
It means it's something that we don't have to think about in the future, that's for sure.
Oh, there's still obviously some items that I missed, but at the end of the day, it was the best.
You wished I was going out the door and all, don't you? Yeah, that's what you wish. Yeah.
At the end of the day, we really did the best thing. And if someone's possibly thinking of doing the same to you, go to auction.